Good morning. Good morning. I'll wait for some people to start coming in and then I'll start doing an announcement. Well, not announcement, I guess. Just starting to working on having a Sunday program come on. So yeah, let's see what we can get into for a little while. And then we'll start announcing or all speaking about it. So hopefully everybody's having a good morning. Because after I get done, I've got to do some stuff. Oh, give me 1 second. Y'all going to hear stuff in the background, so. We got our Walker training hound that won't shut up lately. She's on the mood of running her mouth. And when she runs her mouth, she gets every one of the others started. There you go. So yeah, welcome in when you come in. I haven't been talking to somebody and kind of want to do something on Sundays. Well, I do want to do something on Sundays with this person if they decide, they want to do this for a while or if they just do it one time. But we are working on it. And it'd be on a Sunday. Time wise, not quite sure. I'm still on the working end of that detail and everything, trying to get it set up. So it may take a little while. Not everybody be into it. So we'll see. I'm hoping everybody's having a good Sunday. I won't be able to stay on live for too long because I do have plans and I still have to get some dog food. Yeah, our dogs need some food. Not that we're out completely, but we need to get more to get get through the rest of the month. Yeah, you can't let your dogs go hungry. In my opinion, I'd rather go hungry than the dogs. So if it comes down to I've got to cook human food for them to feed them, I will. One recommendation for people who has pets: do not give them a lot of rice. Rice is okay for every once in a while, but if you give it to them in a constant situation without anything else, they will lose weight. Rice does not have the right nutrients for them. So yeah, it's not exactly a great idea to be given any dog rice for so long. Not a lot of people know that. Sorry, the TV's on in the background. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm sending out messages. I probably should be sending links. Hi, Charlie. Good to see you from England. Just trying to send out some links. I'm working on doing some stuff, especially on Sundays. I'm working on it. So we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm in the process of working on it. I'm still talking to the one person that we're going to do the live stream with, or at least I am. Yeah, that's good to hear. I think I got some of the ones I need to send. Oh, no. They're not checking another spot. And if I do Saturday live streams coming soon, it will be in later in the afternoon. Not, well, I don't know exactly everybody's time. It'll be, I don't know. I have to check with it, but it'll probably be, it's going to be in the Eastern time zone, but probably somewhere after 2 p.m. or, well, after 1 p.m. on Sundays. So I think I got everything done. So yeah, it's going to be a new thing happening. So it won't take long. It depends on how the day going, and I'll kind of have to work with the person to see how much time they have, and in my time. I may not be able to do it as long. They may not be able to do it for too long. So that's where we're at for right now. I will not say what it is yet. I'm waiting for more people to come in, which might take a little while. Everybody has a busy Sunday every once in a while. I'll probably won't be live for a little while. Okay, Sissy Lou. Not a problem, girl. Yeah, I won't be on long. I'm only gonna do this live stream for a little while. I'll send you a message. So you won't have to wait as long, maybe. I was just on your damn contact, damn it. Okay. Okay, Sissy Lou, I've got it sent. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on, Sissy Lou. And it's something new. There's other channels that do it a little bit, but I'm not gonna make somebody come in for it. And we know not everybody agrees on the situation, on it, and they're not going to. Do I hold it against them? No. I'm not the one that has to judge. I can't judge anybody. It's the man above. He's the only one that can judge. So yeah, I'm just trying something new for a little while. I've talked with this person on the phone for a little while. So it's going to be new. I felt comfortable when I was talking to the person, and we had a good talk for a while. A very wise person. There's always going to be hate in the world, but this is one person I've always seen that had positivity in the world. A very strong spoken person. A very, very strong person. He can be opinionated when he has to, but not opinionated. I wouldn't say that. Outspoken when it need to be. Nothing really, bad. You just don't play. So yeah. Well, I got another wise person telling me something that's fun. Well, not fun, but wise, I should say. Let's see. But yeah, it says if was meant to be, it will. So meaning, if it was meant to happen, it will. And we will be taking out these trolls and these people who wants us to turn on somebody. This is not what this channel is going to be about. Turning on somebody. I've known some people that have issues with each other. I've heard things, and both are welcome to the channel as long as they're respectful. And I don't expect if you have an issue with somebody to come on if that person's on, or I don't expect them to be on the panel or in the chats. If it comes down to somebody who's talking, shit about another person, that's in the chats that are, bad mouthing them back, the person either one who's the worstest one at it will go. And we'll have none of that on Sundays. None of that. No causing issues between each other. No arguing on this channel. If I see it, it'll either be timed out or banned. Because I will not have it. Hell, I'm even holding back on people I don't get along with. So, yeah. And I'm only going to be live maybe an hour. No more than 2. Because I got things to try. It's going to rain today, supposedly, in my town. So, I really don't want to be, out there in the rain. So, I'm trying to get done earlier. Hi, Maxine. How are you doing? Yeah, Lulu, we'll be knocking out people. Sunday will not be any disrespect. If they ain't got a wrench and they being disrespectful, we can time them out first and then ban them. For the respect of the person that I would be having coming on. We don't need all that drama. Now, my regular days, I'll play with it. But on Sundays, I won't. I have the right to choose when and how I handle my live streams. Oh, Maxine, I hope you continue to go good. That COVID shit ain't no good shit. I've heard a lot of people have it sticking around. So, and then not only that, but the side effects of that stuff. Some people have it for a few months to a few weeks as far as the symptoms or actually the side effects of it. And others, they haven't got rid of it in over a year. Yeah, it's no fun. Don't go back to work and work too hard right away. Go in easy. Yeah, you probably still feel like shit for a while. Yeah, Lulu, actually, I just rescued at least one. We have another one we have to find it a home, more than likely. But there's one that we're going to keep around. And she is some kind of hairy terrier. Maybe a terrier. She don't look like a Pomeranian or anything like that. I'll have to take a picture of her. So yeah, it was one of those cases where you could tell she'd been abandoned, or how do I put it? Had been walking the streets for a while. Yeah, where did that come from? I don't know. But it seems like we're dealing with one thing after another. If it ain't COVID, it's the monkeypox. If it ain't monkeypox, it's going to be the flu. It's going to be one thing after another. But I do believe the prayer for or to God will help us on that. The Lord's word will help you in the long run of keeping you safe. You know, He doesn't give you something you can't handle. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I don't know. I've heard it, but I haven't really paid much attention to it. It's one of those things. Yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets better. But if you live your whole life worrying, then you really don't have a life. Yeah, I still have trolls here and there. I just don't deal with them. We see them, we knock them out. Some people know some of the ones that continuously keep going back and forth, and keep talking. Keep spreading these word, not pleasant things to other channels. And I stood up, and I'll continue to stand. Yeah, they have no lives. They have no love in their hearts. One of mine, some of their group is starting to notice what's going on. You know, you're going to always have somebody who's going to be hate. But where does it go from hate to bullying? You know, where does it go from hate to bitterness? But there's some of them that are not banned on here. But the simple fact that I have good mods that will handle the situation. You know, but today I'm not really mentioning their names or, well, their nicknames, because the fact that Sundays I'm actually pulling away from that. It's just something that I'm doing. I just don't want to pull from that to the bullies or the troll. Like, I don't want to pull from the thing that's good happening and bring in bad. No. That is what my plans and thought of, doing on Sundays. And it may not be every Sunday that I can do this. But I have been talking to somebody, and we're in the process of getting this stuff done and setting up a time. Don't worry. No biggie. I mean, I don't care if you mention it. I just ain't going to be talking about it. You know, today is not. You can always email me. I believe you have my email. I don't mind being mentioned to it about it offline. There's a lot of them out there that likes to talk and they like to bully. But if they really, really care, you know, well, if they really look, a lot of people, they'll listen to the one person, but they won't really look into it. They won't really get other people's, side of it. And it's not just me, it's multiple people. I was on a channel not long ago, and one of these people that, I knew what they were up to, so I wasn't going to allow that to happen to some of the people that, I may not watch their channel. I may watch it, but I don't go in the chats. But I'm not, sitting there to let this person go in and, cause drama or, after offline. I'm not about to. And they didn't like it and I'll admit it, I played them. I wanted to know, I wanted to keep, it well informed of what's their plan we're going to do to this one person. And that's, to me, it's not right. No matter how I don't get along with other people that surrounds that person or that person, if I know something that's going to be a negative impact, I don't mind spreading it to them or sending it to them. Yeah, and there is, yeah. One of my bully's friends, they used to be in their group, is starting to learn what happened to me is what happening to them now. And I think somebody that showed it to me. I wasn't laughing at the person who was getting that treatment. I was laughing at the person who done the treatment. Because not only now it shows what I went through, it's now going to somebody else. And no, it's not right. Yeah, I've pretty much unsubbed for quite a few. If they ain't unsub, I don't watch them. You know, there's a few at the A1 community that I have watched. The one main one that I go to has been Nighthawk Media. When he goes live, I try to be there. Some of the times he's either live when I'm actually out doing something and I can't really watch, or he's live when I'm sleeping. As last night, I was able to catch it for a little bit. So I am happy when I catch them. But there are some, like you say, it's karma. Things happen for a reason. You know, and I always say this: the person's going to show their true colors eventually. It may be a year later, it may be 6 months, but it's going to happen. You know, this one person didn't like that they didn't have a wrench when you two messed up. I couldn't fix it. But I let her show her true colors, and now, well, one of her buddies, or was her buddy, I don't know if they're still talking or anything. I haven't seen anything in a while. But yeah, they had the same situation where she completely ignored him. I still get the notifications. I just don't always be able to make it. Um, One thing you do is sometimes you have to unsubscribe to resubscribe, and or also change the bell from chosen or one of those to all. Now give me a second. So yeah. Yeah, that's one way to get it going. Always doesn't work, but yeah, his channel is the one I normally go to if I can. There's some others that I won't mention that I won't go to. One mainly because the bully likes to control the person or persons and spread out, not right, not complete truth about people. And I've seen this about multiple people. It's not just me. It's been about a few people. If they don't like the person, then they'll run their mouths. Hell, I've seen them talk shit for the ones that still, come to my channel and support them or support me. And, I give them the same support. Oh, I have several channels I don't go to. Yeah, it happens. That's the thing is, a lot of people, they believe one set of people. They don't get both sides. They don't ask the other person that this person's against what's going on. They don't get both sides of the story. See, there's always two sides of a story. One person may have some truth to it, the other person may have some truth to it. Somewhere in the middle is the full truth. You got to be able to put the story together. Do I hate the person that I was bullied by? No, I don't hate her. I just don't have respect for them. I don't like them. I may do things to piss them off, yes. And the thing that I've said recently is when they shut up, I will. But as we know, some of them will never shut up. They thought they were going to get me off of YouTube as far as going to these other channels or doing live streams. I didn't back down. I stood true to myself and I stuck up for myself, and I'm not going to let the person run me off. Oh, some of them will. Some of them won't. Some do crazy shit. And, people see it, they unsub, and then this person goes right back and says, oh, that was just a joke, or I weren't meaning it like that. And when you have really good supporters, you don't do that. I've seen multiple channels that's done things that are, you don't do that to your supporters. All right, Charlie. Right now we're talking about separate things from that. We're not promoting people right now on this channel. We know you're saying you got 283. That's good. But we're not taking this, we're not taking that away from what this channel is about and what we're talking. I do let people share their links, but not right now. But yeah, Maxine, I've seen quite a few channels that just they do stupid shit. Seen a lot of fakers out there, as I call them. They have what they claim they don't have. There's things that I've gone through, and I openly say it, but when something has changed with it, like something improved, then I'll say, yeah, this is improved, or I did get this. My maid had to go and do certain things or get finance or something like that. But I admit to what I have. I don't deny what I have. And I don't keep going and say, I don't have this, I don't have this, donate, donate, donate. No. The ones that beg for money and begs for money, that's just ridiculous. I can't stand people who continue to beg. And the ones that do beg, if as soon as it starts on their channel, I walk away. I may pop in here and there and say hi or see how it's going, but I don't stay. Just begging and begging and begging. It's just not worth it. Like, why do you have to beg for people's money or support when you can get off your ass and do things to wind up money for it? Just like my old fridge, it went out. Before it went out, we had um a water leak in the fridge. The water filter had broke. We didn't have the money for it. So I got all the scrap metal we had in our yard, cleaned up the yard, took all the scrap metal to the junkyard. Even tore apart a few small window units, AC units, that weren't working. Took them to the junkyard, got that water filter. If I can do it, people can do it. You always need to find a way to get the stuff yourself without really asking for help. If you can't do it, fine, ask, but don't e-beg online. You got to do it on your own. Or at least try first on your own. If you don't try, you may not succeed. You've got to try to do it on your own. You got to believe in the power of yourself of getting things done. And I've always been one of those who, pretty much I would say, didn't really depend on anybody. I may have a struggle, I may ask for help here and there, but I don't ask for a lot. There's things that I plan on doing in the future. I just ain't had the time to do it, or I've been sick, or been unable to do something. Right now, this past 2 months have been a little struggle because, I have a family member that used to help out a lot around the house that went up north to visit one of our family members. So that's been keeping me busy with doing a lot of things that they done, catching up. And a lot of things they didn't do but should have done. I spent several days doing I spent a lot of days, well, probably a week just about, cleaning up the yard, mowing, picking up stuff, weeding the best that I can. So, there's things that I get out and do. People don't see the things I do offline, to survive, to get by. Even I put out my health conditions. I know some people may go through it. Why not say what you're going through? Well, why should I not say something about what my health is doing if it can help somebody else? What works for me could possibly help somebody else, and what they see help them may work for me too. It's vice versa. A lot of people don't watch the e-beggars. They really don't watch them closely enough. They see that they're, saying, hey, donate, donate, donate. But what are they really donating to? And there's a few that, have asked to donate, and they've actually did what they said they were going to do with it. There's one channel, it's our 1A community. They really don't do a PayPal, I don't believe. I haven't seen it. Well, at least I haven't seen, besides maybe a tip jar is what they call it. But they do eBay, and they sell what they find or what they get in these closed down abandoned mines. So basically, they'll get a rock out of there, or, well, a mineral, a chunk of mineral, or as they call ore, and take it out and sell it on eBay. And then what they get off of that, they use to improve their channel. From the time they started to now, they have improved a whole lot. Like, gone from a beginner's level of YouTubing to going pretty much not a pro, but midway from being a pro. And better. So yeah, yeah. All right, Maxine. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that goes on. People do things just to do it. But yeah, on Sundays, I'm trying to get with somebody, and we're going to try to do something new. Yes, other people have done this, but we're not going to be pushy on it. You know, not everybody believes this thing or don't believe in it. And that's the thing. I've always believed the prayer of the Lord, word, will always help you. If you pray to Him, you may not see your answers, but they come. He hears you. You may not expect what He has to come to you, but He is listening. And a lot of people don't understand that. So yeah, we're just gonna take it one day at a time. Let's just say one Sunday at a time, and go from there. Now, I will say this: I don't do this to other people. I try to wait until the person's not live. If we have the same subscribers. But I've noticed when I've went live, they went live. So basically piggyback, and I don't do that. I don't see the point in that, To me, it's kind of disrespectful to the other person. I will go live if that person's still live, if I have to get something done, or I won't go live, period, that day. It all depends on what I got done. It's not piggybacking on that, because I've actually waited, and when it comes closer to their end, or if I can't do it, I don't go and say, hey, I'm going live in a little bit. Whereas several people are saying, hey, I gotta go, I'm gonna go live. No. If I'm gonna go live, I don't go to that person's channel. I don't be on that person's channel and say, hey, I'm gonna be going live in a minute. I ain't going live while she's live or he's live. No. I will go live without telling that person. Not because I want them to not to come over in their live. No, I don't. I tell them, there's no point in telling somebody you're gonna go live while one of you're on another person's channel. I kind of learned from that in the past. And, I changed. That's why I don't do it anymore, because I've learned from it. You never go to a channel and say, hey, I'm going to go live. Everybody come over and say hi. No. And I don't ask that person to say it either. Last night I was on another person's channel when they were doing a live stream. I said, hey, I got to go to bed if I'm going to do a live stream later on. And that's, I'm not telling people I'm doing a live stream right then. No. So later on, I had to go to bed. I had to go to sleep. I was on another channel this morning. I didn't mention me going live. So, going live later on, I just didn't mention it. To me, it's not worth trying to steal other people's views. It's not worth it. Why you have to go to that route is what I'm saying. Like, why? And no, I have not put the panel link out yet. I don't think I will be putting the panel link out. I may give it to a few people, but I won't put it out. I'll give them an email or a text. That's just me. So yeah, Sundays are going to be a new situation. Well, not situation, a new episode of on my channel. I am going to try to on Sundays let somebody. I wouldn't call it a church service. I won't necessarily call it a sermon, but let a reverend, whatever you want to call it, reverend, pastor, whatever, speak a little bit of God's word. have a lot of trust in the person. So that's why, that's what I'm going to do on Sundays. And that's why I'm not going to have drama on Sundays. It starts, or there a lot of backstabbing or talking shit about another person. It's not going to happen on Sundays. When this person's on the live stream, we're doing our spread the love of the Lord, as I call it, or just doing a little bit of talk about our Lord, our God. A lot of people don't believe in the Lord and the self, and that's fine. I don't expect them to come. But if they do, I don't want them putting down people for believing. As soon as they do, they will be asked to leave if they're a mod. If they're not a mod, they'll be timed out. And that's how I'm running the show because I don't want drama. Hi, Joe. So, yeah, it's going to be on Sundays. I have to set up a time, and I'm going to have a reverend. We're going to speak, I wouldn't call it a sermon or, a church situation. It's just going to be come in, speak freely. We're still working out the kinks of it. So it may not be next Sunday, it may not be the following Sunday, but we're working on it. As soon as we get in touch, we'll get it figured out. We're still in the process of talking on it. Is it hard work on it? No. We just have to fit our schedules together and see how we're going to do this. Is there going to be a topic every Sunday? We don't know yet. Well, at least I don't know yet. We're going to work on how we're going to do it. But it's going to get done eventually. But yeah, to really talk on the subject of people going live and going on another channel, say, hey, I'm going live, I'm going to leave. No, please, guys. And if it comes down to you're watching somebody else live, please don't tell them I'm live. It's the people that's watching I'm live. Yeah, spread the word a different way, but not that way. Don't take the views from one channel and bring it here. No. Not about that. Not gonna, keep that, going around. People do that and it's just not right to the host. I see that with a lot of A1 community. People go in the live stream they're watching or was watching and say, hey, I'm going live, I got this. I've got a let's see, a hit and run case, or cops are surrounding a home. And then this other person who they're watching is actually at a scene filming the cops. And then this person that comes in there saying, hey, they're at another call, another place, and say, hey, I'm live or going to this. They're pulling away from that live streamer, that person, and that's not right. I won't go on somebody's channel and say, hey, I'm going live, come over. No. I just find it pathetic. If you want followers that bad, or people to come do views, you might as well go streaking in the damn road. Or do something crazy, if you want them views. Get your views somewhere else. Don't do a snatch and grab from other channels. They may work just as hard as you did, sometimes harder than some of the others. But yeah, on this channel, right, so on Sundays, I may have a few people up, but it's going to be like a drama free zone on Sundays. Um, and it's only going to be, just probably just the two of us mainly on the panel. Me and the person that I'm going to have try to get on, or we're going to try to work on it on Sundays. We just got to get back in, get our times right and set up and how we're going to do the situation or how we're going to do the show. We're going to speak the word of God and treat people as we would want to be treated. You know, if drama starts, if people start causing havoc in the chats, I won't put up with it and I will ask them to either stop or leave. If they're not a mod, they will be timed out first and then they come back, they will be banned. They started again. We're not having it. I don't care if I lose followers because of it or subscribers, whatever you want to call it. I don't care if I lose them for that reason. And to be honest with you, I really don't care what's going on between two people. Situations, if they're arguing, who gives a shit? You know, like I tell some of them that I know has been feuding, I support each other the same. I'm not gonna let the other person attack the other. It's just not worth it to me. And I've been bullied myself, so I'm not gonna let somebody else get bullied. Now, there's a few people I don't have respect for. They come on a channel and they're not respectful. Their asses are off. Simple as that. I've got some of the bullies that I've had not banned. People wanted them banned, but it's all right. So yeah, I just don't have them banned, because I know if they're gonna come in and talk their shit, I've got great mods that will take care of it. Some of my subscribers know who they are, so they know who to watch out for. So I've had a mod text me about one. Um, they like to talk their shit about me, and they don't like it when I, stand up and give it right back. So they send to the person a text and says, "Tell this one to stop talking about me." Well, it's kind of strange. I'm talking about you, but yet you don't want me talking about you when you go around and spread some of these bullshit lies to people. You have no proof of things, and yet you want to go back and run your mouth. I've even showed text of where I try to fix things, and yet they said, no, she ain't done this. She's gone around doing that. Well, it's kind of funny. I still have your text messages where I've sent multiple times saying, hey, let's work it out. Been on other live streams, said, hey, let's work it out when we've been on panels together. They've had things that they were doing that, I've experiencing similar things, and it was a different animal. But that stuff said it works for no matter what, cats, dogs, you know, horses, cows, goats, it works. It's just not, that's the funny thing is they have no real proof. You know, did I put their number out there? No, I'm not going to do that. Have I put their names out in the past? Yep. And not that long ago. Well, their nickname. They didn't like that too much. But when you become a crybaby, well, that's not my problem. We all know some people just they don't like what you give back to them. Hi, Lulu. Cooking with Lulu. How are you doing, sis? Hopefully you're doing good. Yeah, on Sundays I am gonna start doing um a different live stream. It's gonna be different. I will we're trying to work on it, but I have a reverend that's gonna come on. I wouldn't call it preaching or anything like that, but speaking of the Lord. So that's in the works. Will it happen next Sunday? It's all if we can get everything lined up. Yeah. Cooking with Lulu. Yeah, it does happen. Trust me, I see it quite a bit. Or I have people who watch me and then they go to another channel and that one person decides the one that comes to my channel are trolls or they're not good people when they're not into this kind of beef or whatever you want to call it. They're not into it. It's just crazy how things do, people do the stupidest shit. It's just like the one that liked to bully me. And they had their little crew. I wanted people that would follow and wouldn't really stick into it, but slowly but surely started acting very similar. They got the same treatment as I got when the main person didn't like what happened on my channel, and that's something I couldn't fix right away, and I tried. Well, it's kind of funny that this person, not the one who got the treatment, but the other one, when it started the treatment and how she done me, started doing it to another person. And I truly believe that person is now seeing it and probably wondering, well, maybe is she right? Did this really happen? When you have text proof that you have tried and somebody is saying, no, she didn't try or she didn't want to work it out, well, sorry, but I've had proof. I don't delete them text messages like that. I don't even delete the emails. It's kind of funny because the one place that I have it on can go from phone to phone. It could even be on my laptop. So yeah, it's kind of dumb. But people do the stupid shit. Yeah, I'm trying to be a newer person. Well, I wouldn't say newer person, but on Sundays it's a different story. Not that I've changed. I just don't do it on Sundays. I don't go. It's not that I do the drama. I speak out. Give me 1 second. So yeah, I'm not really changing. I just I just don't deal with it on Sundays. There's always going to be the crybaby. There's always going to be that one. Will they always come on the channel? No, they watch, but they don't come on the channel. They don't have the balls to say what they say on other channels and other people's live streams or other channel owners about me and come to mine and say the same thing. They don't have the balls to do that. And I think it's funny. You know, I do not go on other channels and say this person has a beef with me. I take it offline. If I know the channel owner, if I got their email, I'll let them know, hey, this is not exactly, just one sided. This is what happened on my end. I don't care what they say. You know, this is why we don't like each other. I don't expect you to pick sides. I don't expect you to take one person off or another person off. No. I just don't. There's no point in it. The crybaby's always going to be a crybaby. The minion's always going to be the minions. Let them be. I like it when the crybaby cries. I wouldn't say physically cry, but goes whining to somebody else. I personally take, not gratitude in it, but I personally take it funny. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. So that's a little laugh in itself. Do I say something about it? Or call the person out? Yeah, I have. No shame in that. You have your issues with people. It's okay to call it out. It's okay. Call out their drama, call out their BS. See, my thing is, I don't let somebody cower me down. That doesn't happen. I let the people who watch me make their decision. I let them choose if they want to stay watching or if they want to, move along. It's fine. Nothing on my back if they don't believe or they don't want to get into it. It's not my situation, not my problem. And there's some people I watch that another person don't like. Do I hold it against them? No. There's no point in holding it against somebody. But yeah, like I said, Sundays are going to be something new when I can get it. I've got to get it going first. We've got to pick, what time, and we got to understand if one person can't do it, then we've got to understand that live stream won't happen that day, as far as about that. There might be another live stream that might come on. I haven't gotten into the situation of how it's going to work. We've got to work together. I'm sorry, Hossie. I had to mess with your baby boy. Yeah. Are you cooling off your belly? Are you cooling off your belly, Hoss? Yeah, that's my Hoss cart, right? Yeah, it's your baby. You wear off that belly. A big baby. I'm training him only when I allow him up on the bed to come up. His bed's right next to mine. And he's starting to learn it, so he's doing good. Hoss. Hoss, go to your bed. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. Come on. Get down. Go to your bed. Hoss Cartwright, go to your bed. It's time you wake up and get to your bed. Good boy. And he listens. He's doing pretty good about it. Now, he is a little sneaky shit, and it's kind of funny, and I allow it. As long as, if I'm sleeping in my bed, he'll come up on my bed, and that's fine. I don't feel him getting up on my bed. He doesn't wake me up. He does a good job. But yeah, I am going to start trying to do live streams on Sunday, and it's just speaking of the Lord's words, I may not be the same beliefs as somebody. They may not be the same belief of me, but I don't hold it against them. I've openly said, I was raised Assembly of God. Now, I do not go to a church. No. I believe your own self is a church. You pray to God, you talk to God. You don't have to go to a church. You don't, not that you don't have, you don't have to go if you don't. More or less, your home is your church, pretty much. And my thing is, if you believe in them, you do your, do your praying, you do your beliefs at home. That's fine, as long as you're doing your beliefs is what even if you don't believe, that's fine. But for us that do believe, I don't believe you have to be forced to go to a church. On Sundays, Wednesdays, whatever days you go to church. Or, normally would be a church day. Treat your home as that church day. I have my beliefs of why I don't go to actual churches anymore. It's just a situation that happened. And I'm sure there's other ones that are good out there. Not that I haven't found them. I've just lost trust in them. I still believe God. I still believe there's miracles that He's done. Look at my life, there's things that happened to the point where I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have had Him in my life, if I hadn't believed in Him. What you doing, Hoss? What you doing, sir? Get in your bed. Bed. Hoss. Bed. Hoss Cartwright, I said get in your bed. Sorry about that. But yeah, if the ones that don't get here today, it's no biggie if you don't see it when I'm live, but feel free to comment below. But we are going to try something new on Sundays when we can. And it's going to be, I'm going to have a reverend come up and we're going to, take Sunday in praising, if I should say. We're just going to take a Sunday and do that. My regular days that I go live or whenever I go live, other than Sunday, I'm still going to be the same person I was before, doing this. We all have our struggles. We all have our ways of doing things. I'm always going to have my fun. And I'm always going to do the live streams when I can. I'm not going to back down from anybody. They're not going to cower me from doing live streams. No. I'll still call them out. Just won't be on a Sunday. Just not on a Sunday. It just won't be. But yeah, guys, I am going to take it and go in a few minutes. I don't want to stay live too long because I've got things to do. I've got a new refrigerator in, so the old one's out in the yard. I'm trying to take it apart. It's going to go to the junkyard, and I really want to take it apart because it's been a asshole to me. When you get a water filter for it and then it decides to go kaput, yeah, you want to take your frustrations out on it. So that's what I'm going to do. Got to take my frustrations out on a refrigerator that decides to give me hell after I just put a close to $100 filter in it. Yeah. Needless to say, that's not fun. I worked so hard to get that damn money up for it, and here it goes out. That pissed me off because we spent maybe 4 hours of sleep for almost a week, a little over a week. And then after we get the water filter in, it lasted for maybe a week or less working. And then all of a sudden it goes on me. So, yeah, I'm going to take my anger out on it. It might beat me up too, but I'm not going to let it win. I'm going to secede one way or another. Just like I had one little AC unit. Oh, it was an SOB. And I beat it. You want to give me hell. I done it. Hi, Jonathan. But yeah, Sundays we're gonna do something different. Jonathan. I've got a reverend I'm talking to. We're gonna try to set up a time. But on Sundays we're wanting to do speaking of the Lord, the Lord's Prayer, the Lord's Word, just getting it out there. Some people just they don't believe. But I always believe in the power of a prayer, this reverend, he prayed and prayed. And he let me know. He said the power of the Lord, power of prayer helped. And I agree. It helped with people praying for me to get be able to get a new fridge or work on it. So that power of prayer, amen to that. Power to prayer can help you. There's power prayers for, when I was sick. Yeah, I still have my heart problems. I still have a little bit of issues with it. But the power of prayer got me out of the hospital. Yes, sir, Jonathan. It is. There's never a bad thing to have faith. I've always been one of those. Yes, I have faith in God and I always will. And I think that's where I get my determination of finishing things. Um, or fighting for my right for myself. I may have a bully, but I stand up to him. Do some of the things I say, are nice? No, not always. But I do put out what they've done or what they're doing. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't step down, I don't back down. One thing they wanted to try is to cower me down, and it didn't do them any good. To me, I'm one of those um, when it comes to certain things that, and this is just not even two people that start shit with me, but when it comes to something that seems like it's going to succeed me, I I don't let it. So I don't go in defeat. It may be something that I can't do right yet, but I have to figure out a way around it how to do it. It's just like I put an example of the AC or window AC unit that was giving me hell. It did not want me to get the compressor off, and I was not going to let it defeat me. That's that's how do I put it? I don't do defeat real easy. I don't let something defeat me that quick. If I can't get it one way, I'll get it another. My family don't my family never taught me to be a quitter. I was always taught to be a fighter, stand up for yourself. Don't let anything defeat you. And the power of the Lord, He will He has my strength. He gives me the strength to keep going, to keep doing things I need to. The Lord is my strength, and He will continue to be my strength. It's like I've told people, I've had heart surgeries and I've had heart problems. I wasn't supposed to make it to my 30s. But with the prayer of God and the help of medication, modern as a modern medical, it's not necessarily medicine, it's medical procedure. I've had technically three heart surgeries. Um, One was going to find out where it's misfiring. The second one was ablation, where it was misfiring. They laser out the connection that causes it, or where it's misfiring, as people would call it, and then the pacemaker. I was not meant to quit. The heart surgery that I went to, a possibility of not making it out was a high chance. But with the prayer of God, I made it through. With God's strength, I made it through it. you know. So yeah, it's different. Some people don't believe in it, but my heart tells me different. I do believe, some people they may not believe in it until something happens to them and they realize, they need his help. They need God's help. Or something happens to a point where God shows them, hey, you do need to, you still need me to help. You know, he touches people in different ways. It may be a traumatic experience when something happens. And you come out of it alive, and then you go, hmm, he is there. He is protecting me. Or as some people have said and have had, where they've actually was pronounced dead and came back to life, and what they've seen was what brought them back to the faith. Your faith is your strength. You know, I don't put anybody down who don't believe. I can always hope that eventually that they will believe, but I don't I don't put them down for it. I don't judge them for it. Oh hell, I've got friends that are Assembly of God, which is what I am. I've got friends who um Scientology. They're in the Scientology, and then there's some that really don't believe in anything. I never have told them they're doing it wrong. I don't care if you're Catholic. I don't care if you're Assembly of God. I don't care. Believe in what you want to believe in. Don't push it on me, and I won't push mine on you. That's just, I won't do it. You know, when I'm doing this or what I'm working on, live streams, I don't expect people to go and jump on it and become a Christian in that term. Let them decide on their beliefs. I'm not pushing it on them. There's no See, my thing is, don't push something you believe in on somebody else. It's not how you do it. Everybody's got to experience their own thing. Everybody's got to believe in what they believe in. Your beliefs is your beliefs, not mine. It's not my beliefs. We may have similar beliefs, but my belief and your belief means two different things to us. Your own personal belief, you have a reason for believing that way. So, that's where I go to. And on Sundays, if anybody comes in and they're disrespectful, you'll be in my mom's. I'm not dealing with drama on Sundays. They're not going to be putting people down. They're not going to be arguing with one another. So, with that being said, we don't want people doing that. So, if they're not a mob, we'll time them out. And if they are a mod, my mods that have my number get my attention, and I will say something. It might be not right that second, but I'll say something. Um, but if they are not a mod, they start coming in and they're talking all kinds of junk, being disrespectful. We will time them out. The next time they come in, they'll be banned. You know, some of them knows my bullies. Let them come in and run their mouths. They're going to do it either way. Um, but I do have my mods that will handle the situation. They'll speak up, but don't block them. Just time them out, because that will be saved for another day. And I'll ask my mods to screenshot what that person is saying. And on another day, I'll call it out. But on Sundays, I won't. Because I will call out and say how pathetic they have to come on a Sunday when we have a guest speaking the power of the Lord word, and they're going to come on and try to ruin a Sunday live stream that I have specifically for no drama, specifically for just the word of God. People don't have to believe it. They don't have to believe it, but they don't need to be here talking their junk. So yeah, I'll have my mod screenshot it. They can email it to me, text it to me, and I'll take care of it on another day. That person that is talking that junk will be timed out. But before you time them out, please screenshot it for me. I want to be able to know it, and I want to use it for later on. Because I can download it on my laptop, and I can share the screen. Yes, sir. Got to. It's not worth having the drama when somebody is talking positively, they're speaking the word of God, and somebody wants to come in and cause drama. We're going to have it no matter what. If it's one of my bullies or the trolls of mine, I'll call it out. Like I tell people, I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. But I have no shame of calling out BS from people. No shame in it. Even if the crybaby comes in and says something, or they go to another channel and say something, and somebody sends me a screenshot, I'm still going to call them out for it. The one time that I did do a live stream and I called them out, they went crying to somebody else. Well, that message got back to me. And I had my fun with it. I'm not an innocent person when it comes to, things like that, but I stand up for myself. The why I say I'm not innocent is because I go and speak on it. I go and stand up for myself. I'm not innocent. An innocent person would be one of those who don't stand up, or even if they try to be the better person and not say anything. It's not that I'm trying to be a better person. I'm just not going to let somebody run over me. I'm not going to let somebody try to cower me down. It's just not worth it. If you don't stand up for yourself, they'll continue to be a bully. In real life, off of YouTube. Off of YouTube, will you allow somebody to bully another person? And if you do, you're not any better than the person that's bullying. Stand up for the smaller person. They may not have the urge to defend themselves. They may not want to defend themselves. But if more people would stand up to some of these people who bullies, there may be less bullies around. Good always defeat the bad. I guess God gives you strength for a reason. God give me the strength not to fail on things, not to let something defeat me. Just like I say with the AC, the AC is going to be like uh, a metaphor in life. It did not want the compressor to come out, and I got smarter than it. I was one step ahead of it. I decided, you know what? You're not going to win, AC. You're not going to win. The compressor didn't want to come off by one freaking bolt. And what did I do? Well, I think a hammer in the metal on the case of the AC, bottom of the AC unit case, did not win. The hammer was my success. I kept hitting where that nut was and the bolt nut was. Eventually, the compressor came off. I did not let it defeat me. So if that's not going to defeat me, then why would I let somebody push me off of YouTube or push me around in life, real life? I'm not going to do it. You know, my mentally handicapped brother gets bullied at times, or people be mean. When I find out, it's not a fun sight to see. There's people that will come to me and say, "Hey, this is what's going on," and the person that's doing it, I'll go to them, talk to them. Just like this one person did something, and I'm not going to really talk on it. They came over after we sent a text to find out, what's really going on. And right in front of their man or their woman, whatever, they caught themselves in a lie. They said one word. And I looked at them and I said, "You just told on yourself." It happens. Yeah, Jonathan, yeah. It kind of works just like the fridge that, oh, I admit it pissed me off right after I got the fucking, pardon my French, but the fucking water, or the water filter in. It decides to go kaput on me. Well, I'm taking my anger out on it. If it's not today, it'll be another day. It can sit right there. I'm going to get it. And I'm going to defeat it. It's not winning over me. Nope. I'm taking that motherfucker apart. Pardon my French, but I'm taking the motherfucker apart. It made me that mad. I had to finance me and mom had to finance a new fridge. It's in her name. We had I guess you say pretty much get a loan on it or a credit. I don't know how. It's kind of like the rent to own kind of situation, similar to it. Um, so I had to do that to get one, but I got one. And thanks um, to the Reverend Kelly, I will put his name out, Reverend Kelly. I was talking to him, and one of the things he says, power of prayer, and that's the truth. We didn't know what to do. We had no clue. We didn't know what we were going to do. God led me to looking around, asking around. Finally, I called. No, I didn't call him. I went into him. So, well, let's try this place. Let's see what they'll do, and see if they'll take a payment plan. Guess what? Now I've got the fridge. The first 24, 28 hours, I was a little concerned about the ice maker, if it was going to make ice. Not that I use it, not that I care for it. It don't matter. But, I've got brothers who like to use the ice maker here and there. So I waited and waited. And I had to adjust the fridge anyways, the freezer or the fridge side. Um, if you have it too low by the manual on the fridge, the food could freeze or the water could freeze, the tea, whatever. I'm going to have to adjust it. I know that. the condensation was getting into the freezer, creating little ice, thin ice form, and it was forming on like the ice maker part and the inside of the doors kind of thing. So I had to lower the coldness of it. So where it says at 0, that's where the freezer has to be for to produce ice maker or produce ice. So I kept it there, and the moisture was still in the fridge. It's just creating ice crystals and stuff. So what I end up doing is I turned it down to -2. This thing goes to -6, -8, whatever. So I was like, okay, I just turn it down 2 degrees. Let's see how well it works. Well, it seems like that does a trick. So I have to keep. We're in Florida, it's been raining here where I'm at just about on an everyday basis. So I'm having to, adjust the fridge as needed. Oh, I have to do that to my mini fridge. There's no window AC units. My last one that I had went out on me. So I have no AC unit right now. So with the heat, I have to lower down the fridge, the temperature in the fridge. That's with any fridge. But I also got to watch the moisture in it, and it's one of those things you have to adjust with the environment outside the fridge. Just like you have to judge or adjust if it's raining. You got to make sure, you stay dry. Some people, they don't care for an umbrella or they don't care to get wet. To me, I really don't care, but if I can prevent getting, soaked from the rain, I'm going to get an umbrella or jacket or a poncho, whatever. We all have to adjust to something. Look at me with the pacemaker. I had to adjust to a lower heart rate. I was used to it always racing. So when it, was in the 70s, the 60s, it was something new. Right after I came out of the first or the second heart surgery, the one where they lasered out where it was misfiring, the first thing I said to the doctor, I said, it feels weird that the heart rate's slower. That was one of those things I knew instantly. And now if it races, I feel it because it's not my norm right now. It was my norm in the past, but it's not my norm now. So, I kind of had to adjust. So it's something, if something's going on, like if it's racing, I'm noticing now. I can say something. Yeah, I may have had a dumbass cardiologist, but one good thing they did do was send me to the same kind of doctor who did my heart surgery. So, that's the good thing that they done. And I won't say they're perfect. Not all doctors are perfect. God can help you with a lot of things. And I believe he does. But, sometimes you may need help with, extra help. God may be guiding you for surgery. God may be guiding you for a medication to help. No matter what, he is guiding me to do what's right for myself. Whether it's standing up against people who are trying to back me down or try to make me a coward, to the strength to not let a appliance or a machine or something defeat me. You know, with the vehicles that we have, I try to fix them if I can't. I've got somebody I know. I don't let the vehicle defeat me. In life, you can't let everything defeat you. If you're not a fighter, you don't always win. You got to fight for yourself. You got to fight for yourself. A good support system helps. Listen to your heart and listen to your head of what do you have to do, what's the right thing to do. You know, I stand up for myself. I don't let nothing defeat me. As soon as I let something defeat me, I might as well be 6 feet under. As soon as you let something defeat you, you didn't win. And you won't win until you beat it. And I know I can be a bitch to people, but it may seem like a bitch to them or to other people, but it's me standing up for what's right. There's things you got to do to defend yourself. There's things you got to do in life that you have to win. You cannot back down. No matter who's right or wrong in an argument, each person's got to defend themselves. Even my bully, she's got the right to defend herself, and she should. Um, does that make her right? Not necessarily, but that's in my own opinion. You know, People are going to see how they are. Some people are going to see that they're better. They are the ones not causing the issue. And then others going to see, hey, she stood up for herself talking about me. And this person has done it to somebody else now. So now, it's a chain reaction. People are going to start seeing something. If you don't stand up for yourself, then what do you stand for? Like I said, I'm not going to be cowered down to do something that somebody else wants. No. Just like people don't like me being in Salty Rants or Salty's channel. I'm not going to go against somebody who has not done me wrong. If somebody treats me like shit, yeah, I'm not going to go to their channel. But I'm not going to let somebody else tell me, oh, you shouldn't go, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that. And I'm not going to let that happen. It's like when I have people that comes in and I call them trolls. I say, oh, you shouldn't follow Salty. You need to get away from Eternal Salty. Why would I turn on somebody who hasn't done anything to me? Cooking with Lulu. Why would I turn on you if you haven't done anything to me? It's kind of that kind of situation. Like, I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it to me. Why do something to somebody when they haven't done anything to you? Just like the bully. They talk their shit, and I see it. I may get a message from somebody that says, hey, this is what's being said. They may give me a link to go look, and I go look. Sometimes I walk on it and not even realize what I'm walking into until I start listening in. I listen. I listen to what I'm being told, and I check it out for myself. As some people say, proof is in the pudding. You've got to stand up for yourself. No, cooking with Lulu, there's some things that, yeah, I do my best, Jonathan. You know, is like what I was gonna say with cooking with Lulu. I've seen so many people talk shit, and she'll be on a panel and they want to argue with her. She'll stand up for herself. I have so much respect for her doing it. I don't spread my dirty laundry on YouTube. The bully wants to talk her shit, so I stand up. Do I want everybody to believe me? I know there's not going to be everybody to believe. But at least I know I'm standing up for myself. Jonathan, you want to get in a point where, let's say you have a troll. They talk their shit, and they continue to talk it. Eventually, it comes back, and you have no point or no way of walking around it but to stand up and say something. Sometimes you just have to stand up and say something about it. You can always get your side out. They get theirs out. And whoever wants to believe whatever can believe whatever they want. I always say this. There's two sides to a story, and in the middle is the truth. The truth of my situation with the bully. Neither one of us like each other. Do I hate her? No. I can't hate a person. It's just when you bring hate in your heart, you're not bringing good to your heart. You become bitter when you bring hate to you. And you become negative through life. You can't do that. Hate brings evil to your heart. Why be a bitter person when you can be happy? You got to stand up for yourself. In real life and, on YouTube, on any social media. Stand up for yourself just as much as you have to in life. Outside of the social media, you got to stand up. Are you going to let somebody at Walmart's tell you can't get something or tell you that it's theirs when you already had it in your buggy? You're not going to do that. Are you going to let somebody tell you how your yard should look? No. So why let people on YouTube tell others that you shouldn't be watching this one, or this person shouldn't be going live, or this person is this person is that? Why are you going to let them say that about you? You gotta treat it as you would offline. I'm doing good, Rev. So this live stream that I'm doing today is to kind of talk on what we were planning. Yeah, you might know, and you'll notice, Jonathan. You'll notice. There's going to be people who going to tell me, hey, get away from Rev Kelly, get away from Salty. Those people there, I have hidden because they come in the multiples. It's not just one person; it's their minions. I'm not listening to those. So, you see anybody tell me I got to stay away from somebody or I should turn on them, go ahead and either ban them or time them out, and if they continue, you can ban them. But yeah, Rev Kelly, we're talking about our what we've talked about in the past week of what I was liking to do with you. Spreading the word of God out there. I think it's a good idea. I really do. I feel like it's a calling to do. Some people, they're not going to believe. That's what I say. It's kind of bad when people say that. And I'm not going to stay away. I'm sorry. I was raised. You don't back away from something that you you believe in, or you know, people has never done you wrong, you don't turn on them. I always say this. I'm like, I'm not turning on somebody who hasn't done me wrong. I may not like the person, but um I'm not going to be the one to go and tell people to stay away from that person. No. I may tell our situation of what's going on with that person and me, but I'm not going to tell them to stay away from them. Yeah, you have to be, you have to be the judge of your own character. If you judge yourself as a bad person, you turn into the bad person. If you have hate for a person, you become bitter. I might dislike somebody, but I'm not going to hate them. Because as soon as I hate them, I become a bitter person. I become a negative person, and I'm not going to do that. I fight for what's right for me. People who supports me and I support them and they've never done anything wrong with to me. As soon as something comes on my channel, then and they start that hate, I don't put up with it. Yes, sir, he sure enough did. And you know, did he become bitter? No, he succeeded in the process. You know, something you said the other day, right after I got it, and I've said it multiple times on here, and I'll repeat it every time. The power of prayer. That really, when you said that, that hit home really good. Because to be honest, it is a power of prayer that I was able to finance a refrigerator, or we were able to get one. My little tiny mini fridge ain't gonna hold all the leftovers. I had no more room. We had to be able to clean out our deep freezer so we can put food in the fridge. I had to put 2-liter bottles in to kind of keep the refrigerator cool, but you have to be on it all the time. And at this point, before we got it, we were only getting maybe 4 hours of sleep. And then when we get the dang water filter and the old one in, it went kaput. So I've already spent, you know, countless hours of no sleep. So doing with the water bottles, having to check them too much was just too much on me. And I knew I couldn't do it. No, I've never seen you as a mean person. I always say you stand up for yourself. You speak you speak proudly. And that's to me that's something to praise you for, or you know it makes me want to be more stand up for myself. You're not a mean person. You speak what you believe. You speak your truth. It's not called being outspoken. It's called yeah, it's called respect. It's called treating people how you want to be treated. You may see something different from somebody else. I've seen where you explain um, why you believe that way. And you shouldn't have to explain it, but sometimes people need to see where you're coming from. And that's how I see it. I always tell people where I'm coming from as far as like with one of my bullies. They got mad over a wrench. That is explaining what began the issue. None of them might have been bullying or saying shit behind my back in the beginning. I don't know, but before the whole wrench thing happened. But after the wrench thing happened, it showed who they really are to me. And so forth. I didn't pay them very much mind. I stood up when they said something about me. I stood up, and I still will. That's my right, that's my strength. I see no reason for somebody to cower down. If you got people treating you wrong, stand up for yourself. Don't let them succeed, because then they think they got a power over you. They should never have that feeling they got power over you. They should never feel like they won. Nobody's a winner in a situation, but it is definitely better to defend yourself than to let somebody cower you down. Yeah, we're all sinners somewhere. But like you said, in the text, and it really, that's what really, I'd say touched me the most, is because I've always heard it from my grandfather and my parents and other people. So, and then when something like this happened, and then you hear them say a power of prayer, it really set home. Like I said, that refrigerator, the old one was pissing me off. I just spent nearly $100 on a water filter, working around the yard, getting up junk metal, taking it to junkyard, getting the money up to fix the situation, and then it decides it wants to do a kaput, and I had no way of figuring it out. The man above, he guided me in the right way. You know, it may be that I had to finance it, but at least I got it. We still have to call the people and say we want to do a 100-day payment plan, so we can get it paid off sooner and no real interest is there. So it'd be easier. It was a $999 refrigerator, which comes to 1,025, something around there, 1,083, 183, somewhere in there with the finance and the taxes. But with us going through our bills, what we have to pay, going with what we can do payment wise, and what we could do for a down payment, pretty much. Well, I wouldn't say a down payment, but paid onto the balance, we were able to get a fridge. Might have took us a little while to figure it out, but we got it. And the prayers from everybody trying to help. You know, I'm a type of person, if I can help somebody and I can give the shirt off my back, I would. Do I trust people that easy? No. I go off of how I feel about the person. And if they scorned me once, that was on me for, trying to help them. But then I know I won't be able to help them the next time because I know what would happen. That's just crazy stuff that goes around. I think it was earlier in the chat. I It's just like somebody wanted Lulu, not cooking with Lulu, but the other Lulu to leave Salty. Salty hasn't done us wrong, so why would we, leave that person? And I know there's going to be people say, "Hey, you need to leave Rev Kelly." Go against them. No, to me, to go against you is like going against God, and I'm not going to do that. You know, I've told people I've had situations where I don't actually go to an actual church. Um, it's not that I don't believe in going to church. It's just I don't have the trust in the ones around here that after a situation happened in one, I don't have the trust. But my house can be my church. My house can be my Lord's house. The power of praying to Him, the power of talking to Him, does not necessarily for me have to be in a church. Some people may believe, you got to go to church every Sunday or every Friday or every Wednesday. No, not to me. Some people may believe it differently, but to me, my home is my own private place to go to and talk to my Lord and do my prayers. If you got the Lord in your heart, you're good. Only you can put the Lord in your heart. Only you can save yourself. You ask God to come into your heart, save you from your sins. Yes, sir. And it can be. And I've seen, and I don't put down churches. I've seen churches who they say they're fully Christians, but when you tell a person who is a Christian that they cannot go to that church anymore, to me that's kind of like a backstabbing. And who is this person to say you cannot go to church to praise your Lord just because of a medical condition, or you're unable to, stay for the full service for a health condition, or something that day had happened pretty bad that you're not out of it, you're not causing any problems with the church, but you're listening to the Lord, but you're not happy at that moment. I don't believe in some of these places that do that. To me, and it's not judging them, it's them judging a person by what's going on with them. And that's just, to me, is not right. And that's a situation that happened with my family at a church. My mentally handicapped brother had seizures. He had one in one of the churches that we went to, the one church we used to go to, and they told us that he shouldn't be in a church. And with that being said, there were other people who were worse off than him. So how can you tell him he can't be there when there's other people with other health conditions that are worse than his? Um, any of those could have had a health, crisis or a health problem show up while in service. You don't push somebody away for that reason. No. So yeah, around here I do have a distrust in some churches. If I was closer to my grandfather's church, I'd probably go there every Sunday. Or where my aunt and uncle goes to. It's 3 hours away. You know, my church can be in my home. That's how I believe in it. And some people may not like it, but to be honest with you, as long as I've got the Lord in my heart, I pray. You know, and it may not be an everyday pray, and I omit it. I'm not perfect on it. I do ask the good Lord to help us. When something's going on, and it's not, even when there's not something going on, I'd be like, Lord, just help us. Help us get through this week. Help us get through this. It's different when it's a medical condition, and that's where I draw the line. Yeah, I've went to other churches that I just didn't feel right with. I just did not feel comfortable with. You know, there's a lot of things I don't feel comfortable with, and I won't continue with it. I won't go back. You know, sometimes it maybe just simply is different, and I just don't don't feel comfortable with it. I do try to go out of my comfort zone. But that one church is what kind of it didn't throw me off from going to a church, but it made it harder for me to trust any of them. My brother had, a seizure in the church, and for us to be told he shouldn't be there, he shouldn't go, and that he should not come back, that was that was my straw. And I noticed in that church there were a lot of cliques, and it's just to me they act like they were better than somebody else, or they're better than most, and I can't do that. No, and Rev Kelly, I do believe sometimes 99% those are better. It's the ones who automatically judge, or they force the belief on somebody. And it's like you have to believe what they believe, you have to do what they say, and that is something you don't do. I've been to several churches that I've just noticed that there were cliques. And that turned me off because we're all created the same. We all bleed the same. So nobody's um nobody's better than the next. So yeah, I just don't like it when you feel like you're getting judged, and always said the good man above can judge me, only him, not some church, not some person. I dress appropriately, I dress modest, I don't go and flaunt anything. That's just not me. I've never been the type of person to really flaunt what I have. Hell, I barely even wear tight shirts. Every once in a while I will, but I just don't like form fitting shirts. Not because of my body, because I see no point of showing what I got when, I know what I got. The good Lord gave me what I got. There's no point in flaunting it out. To me, if somebody flaunts out what they got, they're actually showing they have no confidence in themselves. They're only attracting, the wrong attention. So that's one of the reasons why I don't flaunt what I got. I see no point in it. But yeah, Rev, I've got to get with you, and we got to set up a time. And I appreciate you willing to spread the word out through, coming on my channel, and we do a Sunday, thing. Do a Sunday service, however we want to put it. So yeah, I definitely have to get a hold of you, and we set up time and um set up how we want to do it. As far as like, do we want to set a topic each week, or I don't. Well, the reason behind a service, or I wouldn't call it preaching. I call it the speak of word, or the truth, or speak of God's words and wisdom. So yeah, just setting up a time. We'll kind of work together and see where we want to go with it, and kind of work on the process of it. I've told the subscribers that it may not be the coming weekend. It may be a little while. So it's a process of working on it. I just wanted to at least get it, out there that we're in the process of working on it and giving it a try. You know, what is it to try? Give it a try. If it doesn't, feel right, or it doesn't sit right with us, we know that we got to come in another approach. But in my heart, I feel that this is something that feels right. That feels like we need to do. And there's so many hate out there that, you know, every once in a while we need one day of drama free, putting the Lord's, word out and going from there. I know people are not going to always believe in them, but they don't have to watch. They don't believe. But anyone who wants to come and listen and be respectful, they're welcome. I appreciate you coming in, and I appreciate you taking the time and listening to me the other day. I was with mom. We were getting things done. But you took the time to listen to me for as long as I can. They can change the channel. Yeah, they can. There's a lot of mad and hate, going around. I don't hate some of the bullies and trolls that I have on here. I don't hate them. But I don't let them cower me down, and I'll stand up. Does the nickname be the right thing to do? No, I'm not going to say that I'm innocent on that. Rather than put their channel name out there and get more views, I really just give them a nickname and let them kind of tell on themselves, basically. I'll admit it, some of the nicknames are pretty, well, the Crybaby one is pretty bad, but, it kind of suits for well, I shouldn't say it suits, but in a way it does. I should, for that one, just say the Crybaby and leave it at that. Because that's something they do. They cry to somebody else when you stand up for them, for yourself. I always say they like to dish it out, but they can't take it. I'm not going to go against Salty. I'm not going to go against you. There's no reason, if I haven't been treated wrong, I'm not going to do it. So if somebody's doing something to me that's not right, I don't expect my supporters to go against them, and I don't suggest them to stop watching them. I don't make it where they have to stop watching them or myself. Jonathan, you take it easy. But yeah, I don't allow somebody to tell me what to do. I don't allow somebody to make or tell everybody to have this opinion of me, or me to have opinion of them, put on somebody else. Eventually people are going to see something and they're not going to like it. whether it's on me or on somebody else. I don't claim myself to be innocent. I know that I've said, things that weren't exactly nice, but I still stand up for myself. It's just like the crybaby going around to other people's channels, say, "Hey, she's a bad person," and this, that, and another. Well, this is what I tell everybody that's heard it. You can come to me, ask me my side and why I am that way towards this person, or you can just sit there and listen to them and make your own opinion. Yours and my opinion may not always agree, but you don't have to stick with my side or another person's side. There's no, just that's one thing that I will never, never fully understand why people think just because you don't like the person, the other shouldn't go to that channel or support that person. I'm a type of person. Somebody may not get along with another person, but they both come to my channel. And they've both has been respectful to me. I stand up. Yeah, death threats are never, never okay in my books. Never. I've had one person on here that's done it and they've been banned. I gave them opportunity to be a different person. I always give somebody a second chance. This person goes on and does it again and again, and then it went to me. And I had stopped watching them at this point. So, oh, they will. Yeah, Lulu, they will offer you all kinds of things. They will offer you all kinds of things to get you to change your opinion on somebody or to turn against them, and that's not how you do it. You shouldn't tell somebody to turn against somebody. Never. It's just like people who follow me and they go on another channel I don't get along with. I'll tell them, hey, I don't watch that channel because I don't get along with this person. But I won't tell them to stop watching. I may tell the person that, that's asking me, what the situation is. I may tell them, but I don't go and say, hey, don't watch this person because they're bad. Just like the bully, things are coming out, and some people are seeing what I had seen, and some people are just blind to it. Just like the bully, she controls at least 2 channels that I know of. Well, 3, or at least her or her minions do. At least one minion, I should say. Um, I don't go to their channels. Yeah, that's crazy, Rev. And why not donate the St. Jude's, They're doing all their research to help these kids that have had cancer or some kind of medical illness that needs help. I had tubes put in my ears and I was seen by St. Joseph's hospital. Without them, I would probably continuously had ear infections throughout my uh or young age. From I think I had them done at 7 years old. From I would say from 7 to now, I probably still have ear infections. I still get them here and there, but they're not as frequent. So places like that that helps children, that they're there for is exactly Kelly, Reverend Kelly. I'll never ask somebody help with the medical bills. Um, if it came down that I had to ask for it, it wouldn't be online. I may tell my struggles, but I'll never ask for money. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna say that. They are some channels that I've seen, and not you, but some other channels that people have been on, or the channel owner themselves will beg and they'll have this stuff already, or, and this happened a while back, but I haven't been in this channel for a while, but I seen it where, I was informed by somebody and then I went and I watched it. The person asked for some money to help pay for getting cable TV turned back on, or they went and paid, you got them a new AC. And then they go again or turn around and ask for to get their cable turned back on, or get cable TV, whatever, or have their light bill paid. You got help once, and then you think you got to continuously get help. That was one that kind of just rubbed me wrong. Other people, they were asking money to get something when they have a way of already getting it. Like they have medical insurance, but they're asking for help with their medical bills or supplies. That there kind of rubs me wrong. And there's been a couple of people that I've seen that happen with. Do I say something to them, or do I, say something against it? No. I may not like it, but I'm not going to hold it against somebody for it, because it's not my place to judge them. But I do believe it's wrong. When you have medical insurance and you're asking somebody to help you, that's wrong, because if somebody else that didn't have insurance and they need a little extra help, you're taking away from that person. Some people don't have the money to get something for their medical health, or they have insurance that don't pay for medications, so they have to go out of pocket. Sometimes they don't have the money to get their medication. They may need help. Hi, Paul. It's good to see you. So that's where it kind of drives me nuts on that, when people are begging for money to pay for a bill, a hospital bill, a doctor's bill, or supplies, and they have insurance. And it's not just one person I'm seeing this happening to, it's multiple channels that's doing this. That just turns me away from the channel. It turns me away from the channel owner. Yeah, if somebody loans you something, say it's money, always find a way to pay it back, even if it's like a few dollars here and there. I always say, I look at what I got for income and I go from there. If I ask, no, I don't do it online, but if I ask somebody that I know, hey, can you spot me this amount of money? I'll pay you back, and it may be only I could pay $25 at a time. It's a loan. You have to pay it back. If you don't pay it back, then you're using the person. So, with that being said, there's things that irk me. Begging, you begging for money to help, better your channel or help to do videos and not do it. That's wrong. When I was doing my other live stream or doing others where I could get out and, doing that, I said, hey, for me to do more live streams, I have to, out and about, I have to have money to go out. I was donated some and I used it and I went live. I went to some places I didn't not go. Oh, well, Rev Kelly, yeah. I would say around your area, yeah. Missouri, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Texas. It's coming around that time for storm season. We've had them in the wintertime. That's the funniest thing is some places will have them in summer. We are in risk in the summertime to have them. But a few times lately, we've been having them in the wintertime. Hey, it doesn't mean everybody can give it to you. Around the way this is now, the prices of it, yeah, it's a little expensive. But yeah, with it, the tornado things. Good Lord, they're crazy. Matter of fact, we had several around here. They came within a mile, 2 miles of the house. And we were fine, thank God. But, other places got it really bad. And I feel so bad for them. But, I was lucky enough to not have it. It's something that happens. That God saves you from, stuff like that, disasters. When Irma came through here in Florida, my father was sick. He was in the hospital. He died 2 days before it. I believe he knew he was going. And so he passed away 2 days before because he didn't want us going. And I believe it was through God that was telling him, hey, you can come to me. It's okay. This will save your family from having to come see you in a hurricane. Irma, we wouldn't have been able to see him anyways because when Irma came through, we couldn't get out of our yard. We couldn't get down our road. We had power lines down. My fence was tore up. The vehicles was fine. I couldn't even go to work when I was working then. And my work would call, hey, we need you to go to work. I'm like, how can I get out and go to the, And then I even told him, I said, hey, my father just passed. I'm not going to work. We just got through Irma. I have no way to go. And my father just passed. I'm not going in yet. I stood up for myself. But yeah, God saves you for certain things. And I believe God had a reason for me not going to work. I think he seen that it was unsafe for me to go to work. And matter of fact, the client that I was supposed to have at the time, they had trees fall right in front of their yard. And where my car was, where my car would have been at that place, I would have not had a car, or I could have been in it. And a lot of people with my work later on had some problems like that. And it's like, well, I guess the good Lord told me not to go in for a reason. And praise God that I didn't go. Yeah, a lot of people are just sick. Paul and Rev, they're just sick with what they do. And I'm glad y'all come to this channel because I won't allow somebody to do that to y'all. I let people stand up for themselves. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna have to get going. Y'all have a good Sunday and God bless. And I'll have to get going. I gotta beat up that fridge, that old fridge. I appreciate y'all coming in. And Rev, I hadn't really known you all that long. But from day one, I haven't heard anything negative, and even if I did, it's always been trolls. We've always never had arguments, always respect. So I don't believe what people say. And if there was something that I need to ask about, I'll come to you and ask you. But yeah, everybody have a great day, and I'm gonna try to. Well, I'm gonna win out of this fridge one way or another. I'm gonna beat it. Y'all have a nice day, and God bless y'all. And may your week be blissful for y'all. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.